Hello and welcome to this video series on an introduction to MATLAB. In this video series, we're going to talk about what is MATLAB, where to download MATLAB from AU, talk about the MATLAB basic commands, go over functions, file management, program, graphs, and we're actually going to run through two quick examples of other features. In video 1, we're going to talk about what is MATLAB and how to download MATLAB, as well as the basic MATLAB interface and features. So MATLAB is a statistical program that can also do a lot of other types of analyses too, from looking at sound and audio files to GIS and visual data, deep learning, machine learning, whole 9 yards. So it's really versatile software. So for installing it, what we're going to do is we're going to follow the How to Use MATLAB with AU license. That's with the workshop material. So I'm going to walk through this process. Mine is going to look a little bit different as I am the admin for MATLAB on AU. We're going to start first is go to the MathWorks homepage, mathworks.com, and then click on the sign in icon. If this is your first time creating a MATLAB account, go ahead and click on create one. Type in your AU email address, click on your location, and then select the following information, click on create. I'm going to go ahead and enter in my information. Right, so mine looks a little bit different. But what we're going to do now is, now that you've created an account, you want to go back to the home page and sign in. And what we can do then is we can go to the MathWorks homepage. So I'm going to go back to the home page, click on Academia, and go ahead and click on For Students. This will work the same thing if you're faculty or staff. Click on the icon that says MATLAB Student, and then Campus-wide Access, check Access. From here, go ahead and type in your university. So we'll type in American University and type in your AU email address, and then click on Submit. From here, you're going to get an email with the information on how to access MATLAB with the AU campus license. Once you've received that email, you're going to want to follow it to the American University MATLAB Access homepage. Now I'm already signed in, so I carry that information over. And from there, you can go ahead and click on Sign in to get started, or click on Get Software. It'll do the same thing. You'll click there, and now we can go ahead and, now that my account's been linked to the MathWorks account for AU, we have to follow these next two steps. We'll download an installer, and then while it's connected, we want to run the installer to download the files and activate it. MATLAB might ask you to sign in during this process, and you just sign in using your MATLAB password along with your AU email address. Note this is separate from AU single sign-on. Go ahead and click on Download Installer. Select the version. If you want an earlier release date of MATLAB, you can. At the time of recording this, the newest version is R2020A. We'll go ahead and click on Download, and then depending on what system you're using, if you're using a Windows, Mac, or Linux, select the specific one. I'm using a Windows device, and it'll go ahead and it will install. It will have download the installer. Once it's finished installing, go ahead and activate it and launch it. You'll be prompted to sign in. You'll have to select the license. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'm currently just waiting for the file to unzip. It is a fairly large program, so you want to make sure that you have the space for it on your computer. And make sure that your system requirements are met for it. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video for now, and we'll pick up when it's done unzipping. Okay, now that the installer has unzipped, you would go ahead and type in your email address. Click on Next, your specific password, and you would go ahead and accept the terms. And from there, you'd go ahead and you would select the licenses. We're going to leave that as is. We need to actually select the individual license. So you want to make sure you use this one, individual. Click on Next. You would confirm your email address, your username, first and last name. You would put this, go ahead and select the folder that you want to have this stored into. Okay, and once that's gone ahead and done it, you can go ahead and select the specific products. Currently, as of this video, we have access to all these different products as part of our license. So if you're looking for the econometrics tool, we currently have that, the financial, and so forth. Once you select your products, you can go ahead and click on Next. If you want to add a shortcut, and then it would ask you to confirm. I already have this installed on my computer, so I'm going to exit out of the system now. But that is how you would go ahead and you can install MATLAB on your local machine. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up a MATLAB file we have, so it's a .m extension. Specifically, I'm going to be using the intro_matlab.m file. And that will go ahead and that's going to launch MATLAB. There's also an icon here if you want to sign in. I already signed into my account, so now everything's linked up. We're going to go ahead and use some original code that was written by Young-Il, but it's been modified. It's going to go over some different information within the editor window in the next video. So a little bit about the specific interface. We have our editor where we can type in comments using the % symbol. So notice how this is all green. So we can put comments in here. Then we actually have our specific language. Because we've opened up an existing file, our directory currently is our MATLAB intro fall 2020, which has all of our different files. We have a couple of .m files. I have an image of Wonkat. I have some other things for the recordings of this as well. Under our workspace, this is where we're going to be creating specific lists or items or matrices or data frames. And all that's going to be stored in this workspace option. We can add additional language or additional syntax for editing by just clicking on this plus icon. And we can say that we can have multiple syntax files open. Whenever you run things, it's going to replicate the commands here in the command window, as well as print out the results. If we're running plots, a specific plot will open up in a separate window. There's different run options here too. So we have run in advance, run section, run in time. There's also different things you can do for commenting and inserting. So if you want to insert a section, you can also do that within here too. To run a command, we can go ahead and highlight. So I'm going to highlight 74. And since I'm on Windows, I can go ahead and click on F9. And I'll go ahead, that's going to create an empty or a null matrix or bracket. Sorry, null matrix with the brackets, A, and now that's within our workspace. We can also highlight and click on this and click on Evaluate Selection. There's also some options too for home, for new variables, open variable that we have, different plots, different applications. So if you wanted to install an application, most of these will come in embedded when you do the install if you selected them. And you can go ahead and these are the ones I currently have on this computer. I went ahead and just selected on the econometrics one. And now we have in a separate window our econometric modeler. And that has some different functions in there too that can be run. Let me close out of this. And I will close out of our modeler. And we have some different options here too. If you wanted to add in some hyperlinks, inline LaTeX for markup, some bullet lists, and so forth. Okay, so we're going to end here in this video, and we're going to pick up in the next video of some of the basics of the MATLAB language. Thank you, and see you in the next video.